That's not nice what you just did.
What? Do some stretches?
No, not that.
Oh. I'm so confused. I didn't do anything before I did that.
Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan, the podcast where everyone's just confused. Oh man, no. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. That was so funny. You had done something, and I was like, that was kind of rude.
I was like, let me do some stretches right before I hit record. I don't know.
No, what happened right before I said hit record?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. You
I
just
don't.
anyway, that's anticlimactic now.
Yeah, that was very yeah.
All right. Sorry. Well, welcome to the show.
Hey.
If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Someone told me I should say that, so I'm saying it.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
remembered this time in the beginning.
Hey, we grow, okay? We have goals.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Good for us. Pat on the back.
So, I have a few things I wanted to bring up to you, but I also know that you had something, like you texted me dead ass first thing in the morning. Like, we recorded, cool, I got something to tell you.
Yes. Great story.
So, yeah, no, please, whenever you're ready.
I guess we're starting with me. Okay. So
yeah, you can't wake me up first thing in the morning and be like, I got a story, and not expect to start the show with that.
You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry, okay. I got stories for later on in the show. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Good. Good. So I want to start off with, do you remember how last week's episode I was in the middle of checking in for my flight? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I was supposed to be flying out of Dallas Friday evening to go to Las Vegas because I'm
sorry.
Yes.
I have to say, I love when you're annoyed and you tell stories because you elongate the shit out of every word. I was going to Las Vegas
out of Dallas.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh God. It's like when I hear you doing that, it's like, oh, we about to box. Oh, okay. It's like when you're at the gym and that one song comes on, whatever it is for you, that it comes on and you're just like, oh, I was dying on this elliptical 20 seconds ago, but now I'm ready to go another 3 minutes. What's up, baby? All right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's exactly it. So we were supposed to fly Friday evening from Dallas to Las Vegas because we were going to see Taylor Swift Saturday night.
Okay.
All great. I was able to check in my flight Thursday evening while we were doing the show. Was like priority boarding group 2. Awesome. Perfect. So we get to the airport, we get to the airport probably around 8:00 because our flight was now delayed 30 minutes. Fine. 30 minutes, no biggies. TSA line was like 2 minutes. So we were in and out. No big deal. We're sitting at the gate, just minding our own business, waiting for our group to be called. 9:40 comes around. So our initial flight was supposed to leave at 9:11. Yeah.
It's probably better it didn't, okay?
It was good that it didn't. So it was supposed to leave at 9:40. Our flight, like the plane hasn't landed yet in Dallas from wherever initial city it's supposed to come from. So they're like, okay, your flight has been delayed till 11. Fine, another hour, no big deal before boarding. The plane comes from whatever city it's coming, everyone's, oh, yay, the plane is here. They're going to clean it up and we're going to board soon.
Did they actually cheer like that? Woo!
No, I cheered in my mind, though. I hate being at the airport.
can we just can I just interject real quick on this story? Yeah. It's a little, I get that you were trying to have a brave face about everything, but it's clear that after the half-hour delay, that hour delay, it upset you.
Yes. And
okay.
Not upset me to the point that I'm like
irritated, annoyed.
Yeah, like, just a little right.
Like you wouldn't go up to the cabinet.
No.
Not cabinet. You wouldn't go up to the agent. The agent and be like, "Oh my God, this is ridiculous." No, you're not there.
No, not there. Although there were people who were already at that point of annoyance with this airline, right? And so,
now we don't name companies after we already pissed off Celsius and all the other energy drinks in the world. Episode 20, we finally smartened up, people.
I'm not gonna say the company because there's more to this after the fact. Okay. So our plane is here. Great. I think everyone's like, yay, the plane is here. They're just gonna clean it and we're gonna board. Our next boarding time, it said 10:30, right? Boarding 10:30. Perfect. Departure 11 o'clock. Great. So it's like, minutes pass by. It's 10:45. And my husband looks at me. He goes, I don't think we're going to be boarding at 10:30. It's already 10:35. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Wait, okay. You just gave 3 different times.
Sorry, I know.
You said 10:30, 10:35, and 10:45.
It was 10:45, and my husband said, "I guess we're not boarding at 10:30 because it's already 10:45."
Okay,
you're right. Sorry.
Either way, he said it after the boarding should have happened.
Yes, I'm like, okay. So then, the gate agents changed the little, TV monitor. Our flight has been delayed till 1 a.m.
Look, those flights can get dirty, okay? You got to take your time. You have to take your time and really antibacterialize the inside of the plane.
Yes, 100%. I am all for it. They're like, it's a maintenance delay.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for cleaning and disinfecting and nobody getting COVID. I'm all about that. But they said it's a maintenance delay. And I'm like, all right, it's 10:45. We're not going to board till about 12:30 since our next departure flight is 1 o'clock. So we're like, fine, cool. We'll find like couches that we could just kind of lay on because we're tired. It is late at night. So, we kill time. We find some couches. We kill time. Nothing's open, right? No, none of the restaurants are open anymore.
Right.
The airline gives us food vouchers for the delay, but nothing's open. So what the fuck are we going to do with these vouchers? Whatever.
Save them.
Yeah.
Please tell me they had a date on them, like they were only good for that day.
You had to redeem them that day, but then not redeem. You had to redeem the code or whatever, and then you have like a week or something to use.
Okay, whatever. That'd be real funny. They only use it today.
Like, bitch, really? Nothing's open here. Like, this isn't the Las Vegas airport.
Yeah, here, have 4 vouchers. I don't give a shit.
So, we're watching TikToks, whatever. I was like, oh, it's midnight. We should probably go near the gate again and see if there's any updates, whatever. So when we were walking towards our gate, I see an email from the airline saying like, oh, we're so sorry for what happened. Like, we're sorry for the delay. Here's the flight vouchers for both of your tickets.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's nice of them. Flight vouchers. Cool. I'll tell you why. We walk to the gate and all of a sudden we see a mass amount of people at our gate start running. They start running to the other side of the airport in our terminal.
They moved the gate and didn't tell you guys?
No. Best part.
Oh.
And I go, what the fuck? I was like, why are people running? Like, I was so confused. I didn't know what was happening. So I asked somebody in line, and they're like, oh, I'm like, why is everybody running? And this lady goes, oh, they're running to the other gate so they can get their flights rebooked or rescheduled. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, oh, didn't you hear? The flights are canceled. I go, excuse me?
So
I
that's why they gave you
go,
the voucher.
right. I'm
So
like,
they weren't being nice. They were just like, no, this is your refund.
so, mind you, it is past midnight here. Nowhere close to being in Las Vegas. We should have been in Las Vegas by now, by the time they canceled our flights. Whatever.
Concert finished already.
Basically. No, okay. This is still Friday night, mind you. Our concert's not until Saturday night. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, oh, we'll rebook your flights, blah, blah, blah. So I asked the lady at the front gate, I go, when's the earliest flight we can leave? And they're like, oh, there's a 7:40 in the morning flight, but that's already booked. Bitch, why would you mention it in the first place? Don't mention if it's booked already. Like, I'm already pissed. Can you tell me your best guess? What was the earliest flight we could have gotten out of on this airline from Dallas to Las Vegas Saturday? Your best guess.
My best guess, since you're telling me to guess, I'm gonna overestimate a little
Yes,
bit.
please.
I'm gonna say 1:30 p.m. the next day.
Incorrect. 8 o'clock in the evening.
What?
So okay, 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm like, what time is it gonna get into Las Vegas? They're like, oh, about like 9 in the evening Pacific Standard Time. I go, so I'm gonna miss my whole concert, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
she's like, that's the earliest flight we have, ma'am. She goes, you can go to outside to the the luggage check-in, and you can request a refund if that doesn't work for you. I go, fine. I'm gonna take my ass over there and get a refund. So while we're walking, my husband's like upset because I'm upset, right?
Well, yeah, he's a good man. He's like, yeah, honey,
We're all
I'm
upset.
so pissed we're not going to see Taylor. Ugh. Oh no,
upset.
I can't believe I don't have to go see Taylor Swift. I'm so mad. And they're not at all happy about what just happened. I support you. I'm so mad I can't go to the new eras or whatever concert.
Yeah.
Taylor! I think she bought it, boys. Oh
it's
shit,
exactly,
I said that out loud.
It's exactly how he was feeling on the inside, I'm sure, right? We're walking to the gate because, mind you, we're like in gate E20 and then the front desk is like E38. So we got to make a little walk. So while we're walking with the mass crowd that's behind us as well, I'm on Google Flights checking the earliest flight we can find outside of like going out of Dallas to Las Vegas next morning. So we get to the check-in gate with the luggage to get our refund. I find a flight, the only flight on Southwest. Mind you, it's a whole different airport because we have two different airports out here, one for regular, one with Southwest.
Right. Wait. Like Southwest has its own airport?
Mm-hmm. It's Love Field. Yeah.
What? And only Southwest flights go out of that one?
Only Southwest flights come out of
that. Okay, when you said that you had two airports, I thought it was like how in New York they have JFK and they have LaGuardia.
No.
I didn't realize it was like, no, Southwest Club only, bitches. What's up? Rep your set. Give me them wings. Give them Southwest. Oh, okay. Sorry.
It was the original airport in Dallas before they opened DF.
And then Southwest came in like OG Crips and just took over like, what? Shoot your set, son.
Basically. So, okay, but get this. Southwest.
Gangster, I love it.
Southwest, right? One way, because we still had our flight coming back home on this original airline. Southwest for 2 seats last minute was like $800. And like, girl, I love Taylor Swift, but I'm not about to shell out more money just so we can make it.
Well, yeah. Plus, I mean, I'm guessing those tickets. You don't need to tell me how much they were, but like, I'm guessing the tickets were also pretty expensive. So
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay.
There's more to. I told this is a whole night of events that happened.
Well, to be fair, you said it's a whole night, but we're already at like 2:30 in the morning. So
right. 1:30, but it's still,
Well, it's 1:30, and then I just figured that by the time you guys got done with it. Okay, sorry, 1:30. Go ahead.
Yes, whatever time it was.
It was I'm pissed off time.
Yeah. I'm in line. I was like, oh, my $800 for 2 tickets. I was willing to purchase it. I was not, no lie. I was like, I worked hard. We can manage this and it'll be fine. But then I was like, no, we really can't. I don't want to.
How much would you be getting back for your other flight?
Our initial flight for 2 tickets was like $300.
So really, it's a $500. It would have been $500. It would have been
like a $500, right?
Right. Okay.
I could have justified the purchase.
Right.
But
no, see, obviously, I'm right there with you because that's what we do.
Right.
We're like, really, I'm not spending $800. It's only $500 because I already spent the $300. Yes. And it's true, I gotta wait to get the money back. But I mean, I could float I got Apple Pay. It's fine. It's got like a $3,000 limit. I'll be fine.
Exactly. Like I was justifying purchasing this, right? I was really trying hard. I was like, all right, like if we get refunded for this, we can get refunded for our one night in our hotel. Like those were already paid off and expensed. That's basically money back to us that we don't have to, I was really coming up with all these excuses.
Right. I could see you really wanted to go.
I did. Eventually, I was just like, okay, I was just exhausted. It's been a long day already. I was like, forget it. I asked, so I was supposed to go to the concert, my husband with Val and Celia. So they were the other 2 tickets that they bought the tickets from us. Fine, cool. I was texting Val because she was already there in Vegas, right? I was like, yo, this is the situation. And she goes, we would be 100% down to resell those tickets, like the concert tickets.
Right.
For whatever. And I'm like, you know what? She's like, if you can't resell them at like a higher price than we paid, she goes, I will be willing to take the 2 tickets and my cousin would be willing to take the other 2 tickets that I had.
Okay.
I was like, okay, fine. We can we'll make our money break even out of this trip. Okay. So, driving back home because I was defeated and I was like, all right, I guess we're just going to drive home. It's already 2:30 in the morning at this time. And I was just so tired. I was like upset. I was like crying on our way home. Like, damn, I really wanted to see Taylor Swift, but not just that. I really wanted to see my parents. There was a whole bunch of other things we were going to do with the trip.
Okay. You haven't mentioned anything else other than Taylor Swift this entire story. Don't change it up now just because you're like, oh, someone might actually get upset. Nah, bitch. No. We know you wanted to see Taylor and that's Swift. Fine. Look, that's fine. I'm just saying, stay true. Don't 3/4 of the way through the story be like, no. Oh, yeah, I also wanted. I really would have loved to see you, Ryan. I would have loved to come and we would have hung out. It would have been awesome.
No, Taylor Swift was there was the whole plan, right? Taylor Swift was Saturday, family was Sunday. We flying out 7 a.m. Monday. This was a very quick turnaround trip.
I fully understand that you were going to see your family. My point is that if Taylor Swift was not going to be in Las Vegas, I would not have been going. Yes, exactly. Correct. You weren't coming to see your family. They were just like, oh, I don't want to be a piece of shit, so I better say hi after I go to my concert.
I could have booked a flight earlier than Monday to not see them on purpose, but I did it because I do want to see my family.
Exactly, on purpose. Right? No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing like when I would go and visit my mom and dad for Thanksgiving. Like, I'm there for the food, but hi. I mean, also, I would need a place to stay because they usually would live in like a different city.
Right,
So
right.
that would also be helpful. But yeah, like I wasn't always showing up to see them. Like I was hungry. I was really fat at a point in time too. So that also could be part of it. Like big boy.
Anyways, big boy, we're over.
Oh, wait. Look. This is my.
What's happening?
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh,
Yeah.
you better blur out your address, bro.
Oh no. This is old.
I
Like,
know, but still.
okay, yeah, you could. They know half of my address from 4 years ago.
It was your full address, actually, but nonetheless.
All right, I'll see you there. I hope you don't steal my identity knowing where I lived 4 years ago.
People can find out, you know.
Shut up, Judy. You're giving them ideas.
Anyways.
Yeah, people can find out. They can like go through your trash and anything you don't shred, like, I don't know. Anyway,
let's
so
get back to
you're
this
trying to sell
evening.
the tickets.
Okay, so I'm trying.
This is just so you know, this is like an epic. This is like
Oh my God.
Ben-Hur. You ever watch the movie Ben-Hur?
No, but I know it's like 3.5 hours long.
Right? It's like Titanic. It is. If you were a VHS kid, I'm dating myself. If you were a VHS kid,
two VHS.
this had a double VHS. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Ben-Hur, Titanic. This story that you're telling. If it was a movie, 2 VHSs.
Man.
All right, let's push play on the second tape.
All right. So we get home and I go, I need to resell these tickets.
I thought they were reselling them.
No, I bought the tickets. It's on my account, so I'm like,
okay. Oh, so she was just saying if you can resell them, we're down for that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So I'm like, okay. I tried to resell it on Ticketmaster. You're not allowed to resell them on Ticketmaster, I guess. I was like, well, shit. Okay.
Well, yeah, because they don't want to have to collect all the fees again.
So I'm like, how the hell do I resell tickets? Mind you, this is my first time ever reselling tickets. Like, I'm like, oh, StubHub. Okay, fine. I'll sell it on StubHub. So they're like, oh, like, what's your name, your price? So I'm like, obviously, I'm going to look at what the other tickets are going for on StubHub. I was like, all right, I'm going to put this price. So, okay, mind you, I put these price for like $700 per ticket. No, per ticket.
Oh, per ticket.
Per ticket.
Oh, you undersold, huh?
Per ticket. I probably did, honestly. But I go, okay, $700 per ticket minus the fees that StubHub collects. I made a profit of like $400 per ticket. Yeah. So, but that's the thing, like, I was so upset. I go, these tickets better sell. But like the funny thing is,
you literally made the money back that you were gonna spend on the airplane tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Essentially, yes. So I was looking at the tickets. I was like, some of these people were greedy as hell. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Some of them were going for like $1,500.
Well, you understand that, like, based on what I've seen with scalping, right? Mm-hmm. You were in, if not the red zone of like super hot time to sell it.
Right.
You were at the very least in the yellowish orange zone.
Yeah.
You know, because you're less than 24 hours out from the concert.
Right.
Those things are going for a stupid premium. I would say all the way up until. Did she have an opener?
She did. Okay, so I think it said on StubHub the latest somebody can buy a ticket or it'll close at 2:30 Vegas time.
Okay, so like, I mean, yeah. There you go. But I'm sure like there's
2
other
hours
ways
before doors open.
I'm sure there's other ways to do it. I feel like StubHub would do that specifically. Now I don't know about Ticketmaster, but I do know like the one that we use for the nights here, you can resell it in its own app, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for StubHub, it's because it's a third-party service, right? So it has to have time to process everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But even if it's just until then, they're going for a premium, I guarantee you, until Taylor walks out on stage. Oh, there is a guy in front of the stadium just tickets! tickets.
Yep.
Right up until the thank you, Las Vegas. Fuck. All right, I can't sell these
I
anymore.
guess I'm gonna go walk in and watch Taylor Swift now. Like,
I gotta watch this stupid Taylor Swift concert. Oh,
but
well,
yeah,
I'm sorry you didn't get to go.
it was a bummer because this would have been my first time seeing her, and just from all like the videos that people posted from her shows the weekend before, because she was in Glendale, I think. I was just like, oh, it's probably such a great concert. But whatever, it was just not meant to be at that time. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. But so, okay, I was just worried that nobody would buy these tickets.
Right.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try to go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I woke up at like 7 in the morning after like a 4 hour slumber. Like, and then all of a sudden I just saw in my emails like, oh, two different people bought your tickets because I sold them two tickets separately each instead of like a
Okay.
group of four. And I was like, oh yay, like I guess they sold pretty well. And they're like, yeah, we'll deposit your money in like 5 business days. You're good. I was like, that's it? I was like, well, all right. So I told Val, I was like, hey,
I'm sorry, but like, what were you thinking it was gonna be? Like,
I don't know.
they were gonna buy them, and then you had to check their ID or something.
Maybe like Val was like, do we need to meet them to transfer the tickets? I was like, girl, I don't think so. They gave me their name and email address to transfer.
How old are you guys?
I told this is the first time we've ever done anything like
I
this.
understand that, but still, you understand how technology works. You understand how technology works.
I don't want to get scammed. I don't know. Okay.
That's like saying that's like ordering something up. But with StubHub at this point, when it comes to no, I get that. But I'm just saying it's like being FDIC insured. Like it's like saying I ordered something on Amazon. I hope I get it.
Now I know. I don't know. It's like, you know, if you ever order from like what is that? Okay, I don't know if you ever buy like knockoffs or things, but there's this place called online called DH Gate where you can buy knockoffs of like designer items, like designer.
Okay, so I've never done DH Gate, but I have bought knockoff stuff on like Wish or AliExpress or something like that. So
it's, you know, and they're like, oh, your shipping can take like 2 months, and you don't know. They already charged your card. You don't know if you're really gonna get it in 2 months. So,
like, I mean, like, wish, like, you don't know if you're getting it, but I've never not gotten my money back either.
Exactly. Well, I ordered.
What kind of black market, dark web ass stuff are you buying, Judy?
No, I'm just saying whatever. You know, like I turned into my parents at that point where I'm like, I don't trust the internet.
The Miyakis.
Yeah, it's right, exactly. So that's what happened. The whole weekend was gone, and we had Monday off. So we just thought of different things we could do here in town, but it was just such a bummer. I'm like, damn.
Well, and you got to go get your dog, because I know your dog was. I saw that he was at the kennel.
Yeah, he was at the birdie place. That's a whole different story.
Oh no!
Because he got 86, and he's not allowed that.
Okay, well, before we get into whatever it was that your dog was doing, because I got it,
nothing, mind you.
Yeah, I'm sure he got 86 for nothing.
Oh, we'll if we want to continue this whole,
we will, but I have to bring this one thing up because it relates so perfectly to the story you just told.
Okay.
I somewhat feel responsible for what happened for you not going.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember last week how I told you that Val had put something on Twitter and I wanted to talk badly about it?
Yes, and how much you hated it. Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't. And I feel like the fact that I didn't put some bad juju out there. Like I didn't live up to the trueness of who I am.
Yeah.
And it created this entire vacuum of badness that circulated in you not getting to go. And the reason, because I'm sure people are like, Ryan, what are you talking about? What does the tweet have to do with the concert? I didn't get it. But the reason that I say this is because Val's tweet said, I feel like I'm paraphrasing, but everything is perfect as I go into this new era of motherhood and see Taylor Swift's era concert. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. My bad karma of not doing the instinctual thing and just putting this tweet on blast for everything it had wound up in you not getting to go. And I just want to apologize for that. I feel slightly bad about it.
Maybe.
I mean, I would feel a lot worse if you didn't make $800.
Right.
But
yeah,
no, I feel slightly bad.
Slightly, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay, now that you bring up the tweet, right? So that evening, before I went to bed, I tweeted something about how like, oh, my flights got canceled, won't be able to get to Vegas in time, blah, 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 whatever, right? So tell me why the next morning my tweet goes off. Somehow, right now, I think I saw like 67,000 people had viewed this tweet because now you can see like the views.
67,000?
67,000 people have seen this tweet. And all you see...
I get excited when it says 67.
67K have now seen my tweets since then. And I'm just reading like what people had said, right? They're like, oh, I'm willing to buy your ticket. Oh, blah, 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 this, like, oh, and then some people were piggybacking like, oh, I have tickets to sell too, blah, blah, blah. And there's like these trolls. Obviously, there's always trolls on Twitter saying like, yeah, she ain't got tickets. This is a scam. Or
you read the comments.
Like, I'm just reading and I'm cracking up. And my husband's like, why don't you just delete it? I go, no, this is fun. I love reading these trolls. And they're like, oh, she's a scam. Don't buy from her. She probably never had tickets to begin with.
Oh, this is you reliving. This is like when a guy, I saw this at Asher's baseball game the other day, right? Some kid hit the ball over the fence and another guy ran out and caught it, right?
Yeah.
And you could tell that like he was like, this is like high school again. Oh, yes. Right. And that's what you're doing because, and I'm not saying high school specific, but like pre-married Judy. Oh, you were so ratchet on Twitter. Oh, you were always down for a Twitter street fight.
I was.
And so that's why.
Yes,
that's all you were so
why
into
this. It was just bringing back all these memories.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so then there were like the people who were like, well, maybe you should have not bought like the last flight out to Vegas, blah blah blah, before your concert. Oh my! I wanted to reply so bad. I was like, bitch, look here. But I didn't, I was like, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm not gonna reply to these people. And then there's like the people who are like,
they had a small point. You could have gone out early. You could have gone out earlier and seen your parents, and then seen Taylor.
I felt that this was still a reasonable amount of time that it would not have affected. It was still 24 hours before the concert started.
I'm sorry, we never even said why did the flights get canceled?
Nobody knows. They said it was a maintenance issue, and honestly, good. If like I don't want the flight to crash on us, obviously, like it's cool. You know what? At this point, I was like, it's probably not meant for us to be on this plane.
Yeah, no, you don't want to get Final Destination.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, but there's like the people also who are like trying to figure out like what airline was it? What airline was it? Who cares? It couldn't happen.
Oh, is that why you won't say it? Is that why you won't say it now?
No, I would say it, but I don't want to know. So
wait,
because I still have flight vouchers with them, so I'm gonna use those flight vouchers. I'm not gonna waste $100 each. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, priorities. I get it.
Like, let me use these flight credits because I would like to use them still. So,
oh man, did they at least give you flight credits that are similar to what you would have spent or whatever, or what you
It was
did
a hundred
spend,
bucks
or
each.
how much?
$100 each for each ticket. So
Okay. Is that how much the ticket was? I don't know.
well, our tickets is probably about
Oh, was
half
that
of
a
the
hundred
price.
dollars on top of what they refunded you,
Yeah, so
or?
I had my
Oh,
refund.
okay.
I got our
Okay.
refund. That's fine.
I
And
was so
then
busy making a joke that the voucher was your refund that I never heard you actually
no,
say
we
it.
actually
So,
got our refund and
okay.
plus they give us vouchers. But
Uh,
that was just it was just such a crazy ordeal. And I'm
no,
like,
honestly, like,
what the hell?
you
Like,
know that, like exhausted yet excited feeling you get after a really good intercourse session? Because we're medically based in this show. So we say intercourse. That's
yeah.
how that story has me feeling right now. Like I feel like I need a smoke. I don't even smoke, and I'm just like, woohoo,
Whew,
child.
man. So yeah, and then
So
we got
thank
to
you
pick
for
up our
that.
dog. You're welcome. We got to pick up our dog early, and now we find out he can get boarded at that place again. So
What did he do? Can you, because we only got
yeah, I
a
mean,
minute 50. Can
I
you
can
get
say it
it?
in yes, in
Okay.
this segment right here. So we get a text from the boarding place that, the day, like, oh, your daily report card. And they're like, oh, Rocket is joyful and rambunctious. And, I'm thinking, I was like, ooh, great. He's friendly and he's happy, whatever, right? So we pick him up. The guy who emailed us saying he was 86 emailed us like hours after we picked him up. He couldn't even say it to our face. All right. Uh, But, we pick him up and I'm here telling this man, I was like, oh, we'll see you in May when we go on our cruise because we're going to drop him off back there because that's his next boarding place. And he just gives me this look like, oh, okay. Yeah. So he emailed us basically saying, like, oh, he's fearful. He's very, he's like very shy when you guys aren't around, whatever. The way he plays with dogs, he nips at them and annoys them until they want to play with him, but that's just his play style. Like until they chase him. So they didn't like that there. They didn't like the way his style of aggression, I guess. And so anyways, it was too bougie for him basically, and now he's never allowed to go back.
Okay.
He
Well,
didn't start any fights, he didn't bite any dogs, he didn't do none of that. They just didn't like the way he acted.
well, I'll share my opinion on this on the other side of
Okay.
a conversation with Judy and Ryan. So yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of what's about to happen. I'll see you soon. All right, welcome back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here, youtube.com/ take a breath or TABPOD, wherever you social media.
Yeah.
Been doing a lot of TikToks.
I've noticed, and it's so funny. So I looked at your TikTok and I go, why does he choose the most random screenshots for like the cover photo?
I just try to find one that looks expressive.
I know.
Like one of my favorites. It didn't get a ton of traction on TikTok, but one of my favorites was like where the screenshot shows me like
Yes.
dropping, and I thought it was hilarious, but like not so much. By the way, my mom, and I do have some stuff to talk about my mom, but I want to get back to your dog first.
Okay.
But my mom wanted you to know collagen pills, and these are anyone listening, it's not my words. These are not trademark Ryan Harrison, so I don't want to hear about it.
Okay.
My mom has said that collagen pills are a scam.
Oh, I could believe that.
The reason for that is because apparently because of the shell on them, by the time you digest them and ingest them and everything, they can't go anywhere, something like that, right? It was one that she started talking, and I like every third word is like,
and then you kind of, right.
Right.
You spaced out there.
But she also said if you wanted to do something like ingest it via a liquid form,
Oh, okay, like the vital collagen, like vital proteins, something.
totally.
Yes. Okay.
That exact
Okay.
one. That's you. I was just thinking of a product, and I'm glad you said it first because it wouldn't pop in my head. So thank you.
You're welcome. I see them at Costco, but yes, okay,
That's
that's a
right,
good
Costco. I remember I was walking down the aisle of Costco, and I was right there. It
vital
was the
protein.
collagen. Yes,
It's like in the blue container.
the blue. Yes. Oh my
I
god.
can't tell if you're being sarcastic or if you actually know what I'm talking
I
about.
have no idea.
Anyways, okay, good to know.
Yeah, no. So
Good
that's
to
what she
know.
said. Um, Going back to your dog, and I say this as someone who has been told, and look, I understand. Look,
I'm looking.
I
I'm looking
understand
right
my
at
dog.
you.
I I'm getting the attention, okay? I'm just saying, like, focus. I understand my dog is an asshole, right? He with people, he
Thor,
is
really?
no, I'm saying with people, he is fun and loving and just wants to get pets and he barks a lot,
He does.
but it's more like, hey, look at me. I need attention from you. So, right?
Yeah.
But with animals, he's too aggressive. He barks at them in the same way, but I feel like it's more like confrontational than it is with people.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, with other dog and when we used to board him back in the day, we'd come back and they would say, "Yeah, so Thor's a bit animal aggressive." And you never want to hear that. You'd rather hear
Oh,
people
right.
aggressive than
Right.
animal
Exactly.
aggressive because they're used to animals not wanting to be around people that are not their owners. They
Right.
are not used to other animals wanting to bite the other animals in the nuts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying Thor did that, but I'm saying he probably tried.
Okay.
So I say all that to say, I feel like they were trying to be nice about it.
They
And that
probably.
Rocket probably did a couple things a couple times. And they were trying to be nice about it.
Probably.
But because he's your baby and you love him so
I
much.
do. He's the best boy.
Yeah, like it'd be the same thing. I was gonna say be the same thing if Asher got in trouble at school, but no, I would
No.
bust his ass. I am waiting for that. I can't wait. Oh, you got into a fight? I've been waiting for this day. Get my belt.
You're a maniac.
I know. I told you I'm waiting for that day.
Oh
Because
man.
honestly, like he's so good. He's such a good kid.
Right.
The worst thing that happens is he tells stupid lies.
Yeah.
Like they're lies because he's not thinking enough and he just says something and then we go, is that what you meant to say? And he's like, shit, I've already committed. So he just stays with the lie, right? But then since we're working with him to not lie, now it's like we have to ground him because he lies. But it's like, it'd be one thing if he was like, yeah, no, I was great at school today, Dad. And really, he had gotten into 3 fights and punched his principal, right?
No.
But instead, it's like, hey, did you clean your room?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you check everything? Yes. Are you sure? I'm going to go look.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hey, I thought you said you checked your room. Man, I thought I had. No, I did. That was not there because I said that I checked it, right?
Right.
And I wouldn't lie to you about checking it. So that wasn't there before. That's new. Right? It's dumb shit like that. That's the
It just keeps getting like
right. And so between you and me, Alex hates the lies.
Oh
right?
yeah, no,
She is
wouldn't like it? I mean,
so I'm saying, well, because she also comes from a very strict Catholic background,
okay.
right? By Catholic, I mean Hispanic Catholic. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't mess her. Like she grew up in a kind of environment. Like if she had said something just appeared, right?
Right.
Either a hand or a chunkla is coming right at her head,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So so she takes that, and honestly, it's good that she does because I'm so nonchalant about it. Like there has to be a middle, right?
Right. Yeah.
So when the lies come, she digs in, is like, no, we're gonna talk about this all night if we have to until we get to the bottom of it. She is like a detective who's got you in an interrogation room and
Yeah.
is trying to get that confession, right? And
Yeah.
she just knows if I wear you down enough, I'm gonna get to hear what I want to hear. So we ain't going nowhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah. As she
Which
should.
is good because, like I said, for me, it's like, oh my god, bro, why are you lying about leaving your shirt on the ground? You idiot! Don't be stupid,
Right. Like
right?
of all things.
Yeah, it's like I'm more upset that you thought you can get away with that dumbassery. So that's why I say, like, if he ever actually does do something, that's like the worst thing he does, right?
Right.
So full disclosure, I'm obviously pretty blessed with the kid I have. He's like super amazing. So when he finally, like, he better have, so that's why he gives out so many hugs, because he's trying to build up equity, right? Because the day he messes up, he's like, Dad, remember the hugs? Remember all those good times?
Remember when I just lied about like my shirt being on the
Yeah,
ground?
remember we laughed about the shirt? Oh man. Oh, my mom still upset about the fact that I said she had a B. I said B plus, didn't I? Yeah, a B plus game on
it was a
Instagram.
B or a B plus.
Either way, no, the way my mom is, it like keeps going. Like, you said I had a B plus. Well, you said I had a B. Well, it was a B minus. Why did you give me an F, Ryan? Right?
Right. Yeah.
But she's really amazing because I want to show you something.
Okay.
You see this ginormous bag
Yes, a
of
pirate's booty.
pirate booty?
The puffs.
So apparently, a couple shows ago, I had mentioned that we're trying to save money so Alex doesn't buy chips. So now sometimes I have to buy chips at the gas station. And now that I said this in the show,
Yes,
now
and
that
I
I've
said
said
your
that,
mom was gonna drop off chips from Costco at your doorstep.
she had them delivered. She had, I kid you not, she had that bag, another, because this is not the family size. This is the Costco size, right? So
Yes.
she got a size of that, another thing of Doritos, a thing of, it's like buffalo chicken chips. Like the chips are made out of chicken,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then the coup de grace, not one, but two box variety packs. Guess how many per box? Guess me them numbers.
24.
Bitch, 54 per box. I got chips for days. We don't get hungry around these
Oh man.
parts.
And the funny thing was, I was like, watch your mom do that. And you're like, no, she would do it if we lived closer. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
She goes and just gets it delivered.
She was like, oh, you think you got me figured out, Ryan? Huh, bet you don't. And I walked up to the house and I'll send you the picture, right? But I walked up to the house and I see a mountain of chips.
Please post it in the video.
Okay, I'll put it. I see the mountain of chips.
Yes.
And I open the door and Alex is working from home that day. And I go, love, did my mom stop by? No. Oh, okay.
Did somebody ring the doorbell?
No, what do you have in your hand? Because I brought one of the satchels of chips in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I think she brought us something. I said, what do you mean? And then she like does her little run, right?
Yeah.
And she runs outside and she's like, oh my God. So
I mean,
we
hey, if
got
your
we
mom
got
would like to send me some chips too, that'd be cool.
no, no,
Thanks, mom.
no, my chips. Oh, but yeah, so
Oh man, that's
I
awesome. I
I am
love it.
just yeah, I'm so happy with all the chips right now.
What kind of variety pack should get you though?
Dude, so she got one of like the regular variety pack. So
Yes.
you got all the classics. You got the nacho cheese Doritos. You got the Cool Ranch Doritos. You got the regular Lay's. You got some Ruffles. You got some crunchy Cheetos.
Yes. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yes.
You got the regular Fritos. And then
Yes.
you go over. Then she was like, "Oh, you know what? Ryan's engaged to a Mexican. I should get the spicy variety pack too."
The
So she
flaming
got us the one.
hot
It had the spicy nacho Doritos. It had the
Funyuns.
flaming hot Cheetos. It had Cheetos with just jalapeno, like just the regular Cheeto with jalapeno. I mean, like let chili cheese Fritos. Woo,
I love
woo.
that. That's
So
great. That's
yeah, I mean,
amazing.
it was honestly, it was. And she was the thing that I love about my mom, though.
Yeah.
She's so proud of herself. Did you check your front door?
Now you know actually listen to your show.
I knew that she. Please, from the second I said the thing about the Instagram, I knew that she listened to the show.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh man,
She's a fan since day one.
she's a day one. She's a quarter life crisiser.
She
Okay,
is.
all
Love
the
it.
day
I love
ones know
it.
what that is.
Yes.
Oh
That's
man,
awesome. Man, I can just imagine like, long day of work and then you just see like what? A mountain of chips at my door. Like,
literally.
who wouldn't
And
want
then
to come to
also,
that?
speaking of pictures, real quick, I wanna send you something.
Okay.
I remember how I said that thing about Thor.
Yes.
So I also think he got, and you can't show this to anyone. Okay,
Okay.
you can't talk about what it is when you get it. I don't
Okay.
want to get any. I don't want to get him in trouble.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting.
Okay,
All right. Can I show my husband?
he's a real man, so he won't snitch.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He won't
Okay,
snitch. He's
so
not a
that's
snitch.
fine.
Okay.
But like, I'm worried about his extracurriculars
Okay.
because I walked into this the other day, and now I'm concerned.
You're so dumb. Why would you do that to your dog?
What are you talking about? I didn't do that.
You
I walked
did it.
in.
You
I
did
walked
that.
in, and he
You
was
did
carrying that much.
You did that.
I didn't do that.
That's a lot. Look at you
It's
going.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Sir, what are we doing back here?
Oh, now your cat's taking over.
Oh my God, he's like behind. Oh, McGriddle.
Okay.
Wow.
What did you do?
So my cat was behind my setup here. And it's
So your laptop and your ring light.
yes, my laptop and also my laptop is like on top of three different items, various
Yeah,
items.
like 3 Celsius cans. We know.
Yeah, right. And he was behind and then just knocked and then just and the shit just froze. I was like,
It was really
I
mean,
don't
it
know
was
what
pretty
you saw on your end.
it honestly it looked like your computer died because it was just like a white flash. Anyone who wants to see how it looked, the video is up on youtube.com/take a breath. You could just put in at TABPOD wherever, YouTube, Twitter, whatever to find us. But good Lord.
Oh man, I don't even know what we were talking about, but wow. I don't even know how long we have left.
I don't either. So we'll just go. I have a story.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna bring that up. I have a story that I wanted
Yes.
to tell you. So on Saturday night, I show up to my ex's house to pick up the kid.
Mhm.
And as I park the car, I push it into shift. I shift it into park. And instead of going into park, it stops at reverse. I didn't notice that, right? Because you just punch
Right.
it, push
Yeah.
it, right?
Yes.
And so I turn the car off. And then I'm looking, I'm like, it says reverse. That can't, I must not have realized what I was doing. I'll turn it back on. I'll finish it, right?
Right.
So I try to turn the car on and it won't kick at all. The engine won't go. The
Okay.
battery and all that stuff, the radio, everything will turn on, but the
Oh.
car will not go for anything. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, if I had to guess, I'm assuming it's because since it's somehow stuck in reverse, I don't know what I did,
Right.
that it's not going to turn on, right?
Mhm.
So I'm trying to contemplate every single option. Because remember, I'm at my ex's house to pick up my son.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'll just play it cool. Maybe I'll come back and it'll just work. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So I go, I get the kid, I put him in the car.
Wait, were you able to take out like your key and everything? Just
So mine's push start.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So that's also a big part of it. Sorry, yeah. So it's in there so I can push the car and then it would say like put your foot on the brake to turn on.
Yeah.
So I'm stomping the brake in order to try and get some life into this thing, like I'm doing CPR right on the brake. And so but I'm hitting it and it's just giving me electrical stuff, nothing that actually is engine required. So I get the kid in the car, I get into my side of the car, and I'm just like, there's a God. Little help right now. And I hit the button, and there was no help. It still didn't turn on. So I'm like, damn it. What am I going to do? So I call Alex. Thankfully, she's at home because it's Saturday night. She comes and gets us. She took her time. Okay. I know how long that trip takes, and it took her a little longer than I feel like it should have, but it's neither here nor there.
Okay, fine.
And so that's Saturday night. Sunday, and I know that there's probably like one or two out there somewhere, but most of the auto shops in this city are closed, right?
On Sundays, yeah, essentially, right.
I was dumbfounded by that. I mean, like, I'm not complaining. Everybody deserves a day off. I was just dumbfounded that it was like across the board, Sundays, they're off.
Right.
Like, is there a law that I missed?
So Google didn't tell you anything like what was wrong, like how to fix it?
Google, so I'm getting to that part
Oh, okay, sorry.
later. But no, while I was in the car,
Yeah.
I did look to see if there was like a release switch or something to get it out and put it into park or whatever.
Right.
And you could, if you like tear into the center console, you can go into the shifter. Like there's no simple, and some Fords, because I have a Ford Edge, some Fords do have a simple little thing on the side that you can just stick a flathead screwdriver into and it'll release the shifter for you. Not mine, okay? I'm the chosen one. So on Sunday we have a normal day or whatever. Right. Alex drops me off of my car. I call into work. Alex drops me off of my car first thing Monday morning. I have emergency roadside through my insurance, so I hit them up. It took 2 hours and 45 minutes for this tow truck to show up. The app said it could take between 90 and 120. I thought that was like a little excessive, to be honest with you, when I heard that. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I pay literally $2 a month for this service. I can't really get upset, right?
Yeah.
But so just remember, I work in the insurance industry. So normally I hear people complaining about this service that I'm now utilizing, right?
Yeah.
So everything that happened to me happened on a day when I had nothing to do, when I knew what was going on with my car, like I knew it was messed up. And I knew that it was going to take me. It wasn't like I just got into an accident or broke down and it's hot on the side of the road.
Right.
Like I don't have a reason to freak out, right? So 2:45 later, the guy finally shows up. And what's the first thing he does? Pulls out his phone and starts looking at a YouTube video. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Sounds about right.
I would feel more comfortable if you just knew what you were doing, but okay. And then the next thing he does because he was a true professional. He takes a car key, runs to his car, pulls out his keys, grabs a car key, and then starts going at my center console like a meth head fighting another meth head for the last rock. Just trying to open it up to do the shifter. And then he's like, after this frenzy, he pushes it all together again.
Yeah.
Kind of. It looks fine now. The mechanics shop did a brilliant job. When I looked at it after, okay?
Yeah.
But he pushes it all together. He's like, I'm going to have to just pull it onto the truck. And I'm like, that's why I called you. I called you to tow me. Get it on the truck, please. I was not yelling at him. This is inside Ryan. Outside Ryan was like, yeah, buddy, whatever you need. Yeah, YouTube, huh? I like YouTube. I watch YouTube all the time.
At least he didn't go on TikTok. I don't know.
I know. If he went on TikTok, no, you can't learn what you need in 60 seconds or less. Get out of here. So I get to the mechanic shop, and I find out that apparently what happened is that's the end of the shenanigans, right?
Right.
Thankfully, tow truck driver doesn't really make an appearance in this story again, but he made my day. So I get to the mechanic shop. Apparently, my engine, pump, brake, or a combination of those three somehow words, I don't do cars, broke. And it's something very common in cars in general, I guess, because of all the stress, blah, blah, blah. But it broke and it was leaking oil down onto my transmission cable.
Oh, damn.
And it irritated it. And so finally, when I shifted it, that cable snapped. So I need to get a new transmission cable and a new engine brake pump brake. The combination of three.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, but of course they didn't have the cable that day.
Of course not.
Oh,
Have to order it.
I had to order it. Had it the next day. I mean, like, I don't know dick about cars, so I can't complain. I'm just damn it. It wasn't that. Honestly, the place where I got it from, it's called Busy Buggy. They were super upfront about everything. It felt super reputable. And it wasn't super expensive. For those two things sound expensive.
Right.
But I didn't pay as much as I thought I was going to pay.
Well, that's
so
good.
The inner salesman in me doesn't want to say how much it was, because then someone would be like, you got took, bro.
Right. No,
I could have gotten you out the door for $300.
Yeah. That's like the same here with like someone telling me I could have sold my Taylor Swift tickets for like $1,000+.
Yeah, like, well, okay. The haters gonna hate. I feel like that's a Taylor Swift song,
right?
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Bad Blood? I know Bad Blood.
No, but that is a part of Taylor Swift's song.
I'm so impressed with myself right now. I don't know if you can tell.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, so I was dealing with my car. Man. That was fun. No. I'm trying to think. Oh, the one thing did you see that Trump got indicted?
No, I have not. It's been a busy day, but I've heard. I went to dinner with my boss and like her colleagues, and they were talking about, I didn't hear that he got indicted. I was like, what? I don't know what happened. So
right, and like the thing about it, and I don't care about. I have not paid attention to the trial. I know it has something to do with him paying off Stormy Daniels or something like that, right?
That's all I know too. Yeah,
but I don't really care, and I think part of it why I don't care, and part of even when I heard that he actually got indicted, and I was still apathetic to it, is that like we don't see bad stuff happen to rich white dudes.
That's true.
Like I don't even want to make it a racial thing, right?
Yeah.
But like I see bad stuff happen to rich black people. And I get it. Trump is on a different level of rich. He's on a level of rich that like most people, you wouldn't even recognize that person because they keep to themselves so much. Like people like Trump and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, the celebrity billionaires, those are not the commonality, right?
Yeah.
But I just don't ever see those guys get what's coming to them. I'm not even saying anything's coming to him in this one, but it's just like I don't believe anything will happen either way.
Right. But doesn't this mean he technically can't run for president anymore? Isn't that like a whole thing?
I see, but that's the
I
thing.
don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know the
way.
politics of it, but
like my whole thing with Trump running for president the first time, the reason I didn't want to vote for him the first time he ran was simply because forget how he spoke and how he degraded people or however you think, whatever, right?
Right. Yeah.
But to me, that's like saying and let's even take it that he is the best businessman in the history of business. I personally don't think that, but let's say that he is, okay? Right. That's like saying I'm going to take Greg Popovich, who is considered the best coach in modern NBA history.
Yeah.
He is like the Bill Belichick of the NBA.
Right.
All right. I'm going to take him and I'm going to make him go and coach a football team in the NFL and expect him to take that team to a championship within 4 years. 4. I can count.
Four.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get it. There are a lot of commonalities between business and politics, right? Because technically he is just a CEO of a country. But you don't learn on the job when the job is the highest job of jobs.
Right.
You got to know what you're doing at that point. And so that was always my issue. Like, you cannot shove someone into that position and expect them to be successful. Most business people fail 4, 5, 6 times on the way to their first success. Right?
Yeah.
And then here's the other thing that I realized, right? Most billionaires, I can't say that. Most rich people, right? So like millionaires.
Yeah.
Are salesmen, right?
Okay.
Is that a fair statement?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sorry.
I'm just going to go with it.
My point is, it is easy. If you have money and you are decent enough at selling things, it is easy to keep the money coming in.
Okay. Yes. I see.
That's my point, right?
Right.
So, I had a point and I lost it. I got so focused on the salesman aspect of the story. Damn it. I was on a roll too.
You were. And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep on listening to see where he's going with this. But it's funny because we started watching Succession.
Of course you did.
On HBO because everyone was talking about it. It's all over our feeds on TikTok. I was like, I think we have one more episode in the first season. I'm like, is this really what happened? I feel like there is some truth behind like these multi-billion-dollar like family-owned companies, right?
1,000%. Not even the family stuff. Like I've been reading the last couple of days about. I was just sorry. Going back, I was just saying like you can't expect greatness out of them when people fail 3 or 4 or 5 times, and then once you make money. You can fail and fail and fail, but if you know how to make the money or if you have enough money to continue to make the money, your failures become much less. That's what I was trying to get there.
Yeah.
But no, like I was reading about there was the chief executive of Marvel Entertainment, which is like not Marvel Studios, not Marvel Comics. It's its own separate thing, right? And I guess this guy was a real dick to like a bunch of people. He tried to get Kevin Feige fired a couple like 10 years ago or whatever. Just in case you don't know, that's the guy who's basically in charge of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. He engineered all of it.
Yes, literally his name is in everything that's MCU.
Yeah, related. Like he's the architect of all it. And this guy wanted him fired.
Right.
He also wanted to install like another person of his own choosing on the board. And then when that didn't go through, he tried to put himself on the board. Like this, it is Game of Thrones
Corporate
out there
style.
in these boardrooms. I have no doubt in my mind. You know why? Because the other thing, regardless of whether people get in trouble or not, the one thing I do know, and there is no way around this, is that people who thirst for power and gain it will do nothing but continue to do whatever they have to get more of it.
Yes,
and I say that from a perspective of, because the saying really is, people who have money and power will do whatever it takes to get more money and power, right? And I do feel like we're coming into a time and a period where people are just coming into wealth and they don't really know like they weren't trying to get super wealthy. It just happened, whether it was because of Bitcoin or social media or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we're at a part in society where we're starting it. We're at the cusp where, the gaining of wealth is not as prevalent as it used to be. And I also say this as someone who grew up in a very privileged background. I didn't have to worry about where my next meal was coming from. And I totally get that that people do still strive to have all that. But we do have more people, more rich people that are more willing to be sharing their money more than ever. I mean, that is the entire Mr. Beast brand. Is just, I'm going to share as much money with as much people as possible. So it's an interesting thing. But no, those people, they just want to get more power.
They do. So more power, more money.
Final season coming at some point this year.
It started.
Yeah. So let me know how the show is.
I will.
Also, hurry up and watch Perfect Match so we can talk about that.
Oh my God. Okay, we only have like 30 seconds left.
No, we can't talk. Perfect Match is next week. We don't have time.
Okay.
We don't have time. That's next week.
Okay.
Thank you guys. I'm sorry, but thank you guys so much for watching another episode of A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. We love you. Check us out on all the podcasting platforms. Google, Spotify, Amazon, youtube.com/take a breath. At Apple Podcasts and everywhere at TABPOD. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.